Well, welcome to our Monday night hangout. We do my little thing here. Come on, that goes on, save. I just found a new feature in YouTube that we can take an intermission break, even customization, live chat, save. Alrighty, go back here. I get to the control room. If I don't see that button for some reason. All right, well, no big deal. Knock this. There's Steve. What's going on?
Um, I'm here.
You're not Elf Lord tonight, huh?
Not tonight.
And I got to get my sleeping habits straightened out.
Yeah, I was wondering what's going on there.
I didn't get up till 2 o'clock today.
Oh my. But when did you go to bed?
4 o'clock.
I don't know. You need to get off the tube earlier or something.
Yeah, I need to eat earlier is what I really need.
So is that the half of the turkey wing?
This is the half.
Ready, all done and
It's got a flaw in it. I'm going to fix it. Let me see
oh,
here.
okay. Well, maybe I'll see it for lot real tomorrow.
Let's see where we go. What's going on? Why can't I do that?
What are
And
what are you trying to do?
present to everybody.
Oh,
Interesting. This thing doesn't work for me very well. My audio, stop video, blur my background, pin, hide self view, edit pro, rename. Huh. How about now? I guess that worked.
there comes Gary.
Yeah. All right. This
Hello,
is the
Gary.
this is the wing here. And got a little flaw right there. So
So is the foam out of it and everything?
no, foam is in it.
Oh, foam's still in there. Okay.
Tonight as we're talking, I'm going to aqua green that spot and this spot, and then we'll come back and sand it and start making my parting board.
Are you going to paint that?
It's painted now, yeah.
Oh, it's painted now. You
Yeah,
painted it black?
yeah. So I could see the flaws in it.
Oh,
Because whatever this looks like, every airplane will look like.
okay.
So I make a mistake in this or have a flaw in it, every airplane will have that flaw in it.
Okay.
So it started out like this.
Yeah.
This is I just decided I don't need to do two halves. I can just do one half twice and glue them together because it's a symmetrical wing. It doesn't have asymmetry in it.
Yeah.
But I might as well make this perfect.
Well, how are you going to do the bell crank and the lead out?
Well, this will be hollow when I'm done.
Yeah.
So there'll be a hole in there. There'll be a carbon spar that goes from one side to the other, and
Oh, okay. Okay.
the bell crank will be inside it. And then when I do this mold, the ribs will be toe like that,
Uh-huh.
and a spar rib. So gonna be super strong. You know, you felt my fuel tanks.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is like steel. It's very rigid. You couldn't break this without hammering it.
Mm-hmm.
And this weighs 1 ounce, And this wing here weighs 1.1 or 1.2 ounces with the foam in it. So it's going to be probably 3/4 of an ounce.
Yeah.
So 1.5 ounces for the whole wing, both sides.
And then what are you going to do? How are you going to do the fuselage?
The bottom,
Oh
will,
God, he's building a perky.
yeah,
Yep.
the bottom we're going to cut out like this and then turn it upside down. This is the bottom. Turn it upside down on a piece of glass and build the fuselage in one piece, a one-piece mold. And then the top is the same way, and then glue them together.
Mm. So it's going to be all carbon.
All carbon. The fuel
Well, that'll
tank,
be light.
the fuel tank is going to be integrated into the bottom of the fuselage.
Ah,
Section right here will be molded in, plumbed and molded in, so you don't have to carry around an extra fuel tank,
yeah.
extra part.
Hmm.
So hopefully we
There's
can,
another side to that though. If there's a problem, you can't just pull it out and put another one in.
yeah, but you just change the fuselage.
Well, okay.
So this is
There's that.
this is a concept piece, right? You're going to apply this to full-size stunners.
Yeah. What when I test this concept here, I'm going to make a stabilizer, elevator stabilizer like this.
Mm-hmm.
If that works, then we'll make wings.
Well, I can tell you it works. Revolution works great. It's built like that.
Yeah, it's not built like this, but yeah, it works great.
What's an
Revolution,
evolution?
it's Trian's airplane. He's had custom machined molds made.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
I don't have custom machine molds, so
well, I
different.
guess with enough money, you can
Sparky,
get
if you were to
anything.
cut one out of foam, if you were to cut one out of foam and make the and then find a way to epoxy or something to epoxy the surface where the surface itself of the inside of that thing is hard and smooth, I believe you can make that work.
That's what this is.
I think,
You guys are gonna have to watch how this is done. This is a foam wing right here. It's
Okay.
finished in foam. I'm gonna build a parting board very similar to this wheel pant parting board. See here.
yeah, he's got a video series going on it.
Well, I believe it'll work.
Very similar to this. And I'm gonna dam up around the sides with this plastic here, and use
Okay.
my tooling resin to pour into it to make a mold like I do for my propellers and bell cranks.
Mm.
And then we're going to just mold the whole airplane. I don't know if I got enough money to pay
That'll
for all this
work.
tooling resin.
Yeah.
There's no way that won't work.
Yeah. I don't have a autoclave, so I'm going to vacuum bag it, which I got my vacuum pump down there and the vacuum bag's over here.
That's what Tran does. He vacuum bags.
That's good.
I've been down, seen him work, seen what he does and helped him get ready for it. It's not that hard.
Well, this is the first one I've done. So
Yeah.
As slick as that is, that's your first one.
Yeah.
my first one, yeah.
Sparky, you're an ornery old fart, but you do pretty work.
Yeah, I suppose. Okay, that's
That's
really,
your first one. That is really pretty, Sparky.
yeah, that's my first
Slick
one.
and shiny. Golly.
Got a flaw in it though, and as I was explaining before you got here, if I don't fix this flaw right there, it'll be in every airplane.
Yeah. That's pretty darn neat, Sparky.
So here's my phenolic.
I just ordered some of that to make some bell cranks. Since
Where do you
nobody
get
wants to
that?
make
Amazon.
Amazon or eBay, either one. I happen to find it cheaper on eBay this time. Usually it's cheaper on Amazon.
Hmm.
And you can always find it on Amazon.
Yeah.
There's just, if you can't find it on Amazon, it just
I
ain't
know.
available right now.
I know.
Are you using my link on Amazon, Phil? Go through my store.
I'm trying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying.
Just start there and
I haven't bought the stuff. I hadn't bought anything that's you're selling yet, but you've got a couple of things I want. I just don't have the money to buy them yet.
Well, go. But if you go through his site, even if you go buy a T-shirt or toilet paper, he'll get some credit.
Oh, okay.
You just start on his site and then you can search. Then you do the regular search.
Oh, okay. Just go through his site to go somewhere. Okay, I can do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just bought about $20 worth of fish hooks. I'll do that next time then.
Well, he might have got 2 cents out of that.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not
Yeah.
making a killing, am I, Steve?
No,
hey,
you're not.
hey, somebody, it's just 2 cents, but somebody's getting it.
Yeah.
I've got a good friend. I've got a good friend who does stuff like that on Amazon. And I'm telling you what, he's driving a nice truck and it adds up. He's been doing it for years, but he's got a site now that I don't know how he does it. I don't begin to understand. He's tried to tell me how to do it for years, and I do not understand, but he makes a good check every month.
But you're right. It takes time.
Oh yeah. Ain't nothing quick anymore other than all these guys on the internet talking about how they backing all this AI stuff and it's making $1 million overnight. And that's load. That's just a load.
Funny money though. It's not.
The problem is if that were real, they would never tell us about it because they would want to be billionaires.
Right. Right. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it, but all that IPO.
If it seems too easy to be real, it probably is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take it from somebody who's lost some money. I believed in that crap earlier in life and I spent a bunch of money and lost it. And then I'm not very naive these days. I'm very the other way, whatever you call it. Don't believe in everything. Skeptical. There you go.
Skeptical.
I do not believe in all that mess anymore. Okay, anyway.
What
Sparky, I've sent you my name. I've sent you my name and address about 3 times and it keeps bouncing back. So
did you send it on Stunt Hangar? It won't bounce back on Stunt Hangar.
I wanted to ask you, what name do you want me to put on? Just Sparky?
No, just
what?
Go to my profile and send me a private message.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I told you guys, I'm not a computer person. I can fix the dang thing. Don't ask me to operate it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, ain't gonna be any flying in St. Louis this week.
Boy, there won't be none here either. When the wind's not blowing, it's raining like all get out.
It's gonna rain every day, Wednesday through Sunday.
Yeah, it rained today. That we had a thunderstorm here today, and my daughter called me from Columbia, South Carolina. Well, called us from Columbia, South Carolina, and we heard the thunder down there, and then heard it roar through here.
Yeah,
the same thunderstorm. Oh my goodness, that's 3 hours away.
Yeah, we had had dire predictions here in St. Louis. We were going to have golf ball sized hail. We got nothing.
I heard about that.
It went north and went south. St. Louis was right in the middle, and the sun came out.
Yeah. Be glad, because I know I've got a friend who
was
in some of that golf ball size hail. And he says, my brand new car ain't brand new anymore.
No.
It busted the windshield, busted the back window out, dented the hood, top, and trunk. And he said he was going to put it in the body shop tomorrow, but he said that one's wasted.
Yeah, there's places that have sprung up just to do that, just to fix the car dents in the cars from hail.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That balsa wood, Bob?
No, it's fence picket.
It's what?
That's what?
Fence picket.
Oh,
What does
that's
that
from
mean,
the
pine?
fence?
Wow.
That's the trimmings from the gate you put up?
Yes.
Okay. You don't waste anything.
Can't afford to these days.
No. You had to make a new gate on the side of his house.
Yeah, I got to make one for my deck to keep my dog in.
Mm.
Got my
Little
roof
monster.
fixed today too.
Got your what?
Roof fixed.
Oh, good.
Did you do that yourself?
I don't think
Sparky,
so.
I used to get up there and work on mine. I don't even get up there anymore.
No.
Something about after I crossed about 65, or really wasn't 65, about 67. My feet just don't fit those rungs on that ladder anymore.
Yeah.
I
Ain't
just
that the dang truth?
Hey,
I
Joe.
don't even. I got a great big Christmas wreath that goes on the house out here.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't put it up this year. And several of my neighbors asked, why didn't you put your wreath up? I said, because I couldn't find anybody to climb up there and hang the darn thing, because I'm not getting up there anymore.
Yeah.
It was one thing when I had a bucket truck and I could just take it up there and hang it. But if I got to climb a ladder, no, that
Life's
roof
getting
is too
harder.
steep.
Yeah.
Life gets harder when you get old, dude. It's a fact.
Well,
You
I'm
had some
telling you,
heavy
I
weather
used to.
down there, didn't you, Joe?
We're okay for today. I flew.
No, a couple days ago.
Oh, the wind's been blowing terribly here, but we haven't had any terrible stuff. They're saying we might have the next couple of days might have some weather. We'll just see what happens.
Well, they're predicting rain for here, but I don't think it's any storms.
They're talking about 2.5 inches of rain and 2-inch hail and wind blowing. They got wind advisories, I think, starting tomorrow morning. I think is what it is, but yeah, it is what it is. You can't change it.
Perfect flying weather.
But I'm with Phil. Look, I ain't getting on my house no more. I ain't crawling on the roof.
No.
I'm 68 and I ain't doing it. It ain't worth it. If you fall off that roof, you may not come home from the hospital, y'all.
That's right. You break a hip nowadays.
Yeah.
That is a large, that if you look at the percentages of what kills old people, you'd be amazed how many people broke a hip, went in the hospital, got sepsis or whatever they call it, and don't come home.
Okay. What are you doing, Sparky? What are you gluing together?
My parting board.
What do you call it?
Parting board.
Parting?
Yep.
I don't know what a parting board is.
Well, you guys will get to see it.
It's like a frame for doing the resin stuff, right?
Okay.
Sparky, you ever use that? It's like foam rubber that you pour in there and then lay something down in it, let it harden around it, and then pull the mold out or pull the part out, and you've got a mold.
No.
You ever do that?
Yeah, they're talking about 2-inch hail here.
Yeah, they were talking about that a few days ago here.
That's right. Wednesday AM 2-inch hail. I hope not.
Yeah,
That'd be enough to hurt something.
Yes.
You better put that SSR in the hangar or somewhere.
It is in the hangar, but still, I don't want the hangar getting 2-inch hail on it either.
No.
Look, today we went and flew rubber band powered airplanes in the church gym from 10 o'clock till 4:45.
Oh,
And
wow.
a 59-time champion Nats guy can get 2:15 out of his airplanes, and I got 2 minutes out of mine. I'm walking around going like this. Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry for my language.
It's all right.
It was so much fun.
On and melted plastic.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, Joe, what's he doing different than you're doing?
He's got a lighter airplane and he's using better rubber and he knows more. So I'm going to
that third one's the one that's getting you.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm still pretty happy. I'm gonna cut some different rubber.
What are you using to cut it?
There's a rubber band cutters that you have. Tim Tipton, he gave Tim one, and we've cut our own rubber and changed stuff, but that rubber band is amazing, the power that
If
has.
you find where to buy one of those cutters, please let me know. I'd like
There
to
ain't
buy
no
one.
such thing. Somebody's got to die for you can find one.
You make
That's
one.
what's right.
It ain't that easy. That sucker's made by a master precision guy.
Take a picture of it.
I'm telling you what, Sparky, it's only about that big, but it wasn't made out of aluminum, it's made out of steel.
Okay.
And they take a piece of rubber and put in that thing and turn it through a little bit at a time. It comes on two wheels that come together.
Two wheels.
Goes,
the two wheels smash it and one cuts it. And the one Tim has, we cut some rubber 29 thousandths. He'd cut that small as you
That's
fed
skinny stuff.
Just remember, somebody made it in the first place. Somebody can copy it and make it.
Oh, they can copy it and make it. A good machinist.
Sure, they make it again.
They're made out of billet aluminum with bearings and stuff. So one's
it is the one you had is aluminum. Okay,
billet aluminum. Yes,
the one up there, and the guy that comes to West Virginia that I've been watching, his looked like the basis of his was made of steel.
These
it looked like it was. It was really shiny. It looked like
steel. The only one I saw was aluminum billet with bearings, and it smashes the rubber. The rubber, bearings, for some reason, it's all about 41 to 43 thousandths. So that number set, say at 38 or 9. And then it moves in and out. You move the two cutters cut like that.
Yeah.
And they just pinch it. And you adjust the rubber, how big the rubber is, and move the whole bed in and out to get the size you want. It almost takes two people, one to turn it and one to pull the rubber from it and let it feed. But if you can cut 29,000 something, that's pretty impressive, I think.
I think so too. The one that I saw, it will move in and out so that you can put wider and narrower rubber.
That's right. So that's right.
It guides, and then you have to get it started and accept that you're going to lose about an inch, because you get that first inch started and it goes through there, and then it catches on the second set of wheels. Now you're cutting with precision. Now you're cutting with precision after that.
There's Roy.
Hey, you guys.
Yes, Ange.
They're going to stay in here a little bit tonight.
All right.
Oh, good.
You building or flying anything?
I flew a Ringmaster the other day, one tank.
Nice.
It was windy. I got there and the wind came up.
I hate when that happens.
I got a twister behind me. I've got to do the lead outs on it.
Oh, yeah.
I hadn't done any trim on everything, but it's my first flapped airplane, so
all right.
I don't do much with it.
You should like that.
Oh, you'll like a twister, yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, just surviving.
Yeah, we all are.
That's all any of us can do. I don't know when, I know everybody else got theirs a week ago, but I finally got my model aviation today. And Joe Daly's got an interesting article in here. There's actually one this month on control line. How about that?
He does. This one here, my epoxy mixing tool.
Yeah, that's it. You've had yours for a while, I take it.
What's on the cover
today?
I quit looking at them because they're always garbage.
Well, Joe's you won't care for the article, Sparky. It's about electric.
Yeah.
But there's
What's
not
on the
one
cover
picture
of
of
this?
his new airplane in here. But then I guess there wouldn't. He probably submitted this 3 months ago, and the plane was just finished within the past couple of weeks. But his new airplane is spectacular. He did a beautiful job. Showed every bit of it online too. Videos of every step, and it is gorgeous.
Where can you find that at?
It's on, is it on Facebook?
Fuck Facebook.
Yeah, I know. You're muted, Joe.
He's talking on the phone.
Yeah, he's
So what's on the cover of that issue?
Some type of Cessna or Piper Cub or whatever.
Oh, Junior. Yeah, I haven't got that yet.
Yeah. Let me look in the
Our
index.
mail's been horrible.
I just got mine today too.
Mm.
I'll tell you what, my mail has been so screwed up. I don't know. Everybody else usually has theirs for a week before I get mine. And Tom Looper just lives across town, further out than I do.
Mhm.
And dadgum, if he don't get his a week before I get mine.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, Roy, can we get a better look at that twister?
Yeah,
Well, if it's in here, it's hiding from me. I've been through it 3 times now.
Page 86. That's the article. There are no pictures of planes. His
What-
plane is not in there.
All right. So what do you cover it with?
silk and
Silk.
dope.
Silk and dope. Okay. And the paint?
Hang on, let me make you big.
Yeah, make them big. I want to see it.
Let's see. Want a spotlight for everyone? Why can terrible? I can't see across the room.
It's a twister with extra ribs, half ribs in between.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
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 well
Thought
done.
about doing the franchise, the answer
Pasterized.
thing, but I
Yeah.
wanted to build in stock. Got 2 ounces of tail weight. I didn't really want to do that, but got the 46 on it.
Yeah.
What motor? Oh, 46.
LA 46
46.
and plastic prop and spinner.
It could be a lot worse. You could have had a 40 on it. They're even heavier.
Yeah.
And what's the
some-
paint?
I've never run the motor. It's supposed to be broke in and rebuilt, all the good stuff.
It's royal blue dope.
Royal blue dope.
Yeah.
What prop? This best guess.
Got a 12.5.
That's a lot of propeller for an LA 46.
I think
May not have to work hard.
Master air screw.
Yeah, that's what it is.
We'll just try it.
Or is it a Zor? No, it's master.
That's a master. But if you find that you're a little bit nose heavy, don't worry about taking weight off the tail until you put a wooden prop on it or something
Yeah.
lighter than that master, because
It's
that master's heavy.
At some point, put a wooden prop and throw the spinner away and make it balance with a half ounce of less lead in the tail.
as soon as I don't crash it, I will.
There you go.
You don't make them nose heavy. That makes them crash easier, in my opinion, because you can't turn them when you want to turn them.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I'm,
So
I'm still in the raw beginner stage, so
that's all right. The nose heaviness going round and around and make it easier to fly. But when you get in trouble, it won't come to attention as quick with that heavy nose. But your tail weight will help all that. You balanced at what, 23% at the root, you reckon?
just ahead of the spar,
Okay.
about where the plane said.
Yep. You're playing it very safe. Very
We'll see how
good.
it goes.
It'll fly fine right there. 58-foot 15s or so. Don't get excited about real long lines where you lose line tension. Keep it in close to you where you can have line tension and it'll fly better, I think.
One of the problems
Don't
I've
make
had
it-
with the ringmaster, got too much throw in the tail, I guess. It's one of the stall as it turns.
That's a famous ringmaster issue, young man, for sure.
Yeah,
Well, my first ringmaster when I was a kid, I didn't know any better, and that that elevator went 90 degrees both ways.
Oh my
Mine
God.
did too.
It just flop over.
It's probably not flyable like that.
Oh, you can fly it, but you sure have to slow your hand down.
Oh,
Lord, but I took my ringmaster, my good one, and I was trying to figure out why can't I fly this thing? And I took those fancy aluminum wheels off of it and put plastic wheels on it. Those foam with white plastic with a star in it. I don't remember the name of them. And then I took that big spinner I had on it off and put I call it a cheap one. It's plastic nose with a metal back plate, but it was half the weight of that all plastic one. Put that on it. And then I put a wooden prop on it instead of that APC. And instead of that thing turning and going, it looked like it's shaking its tail and wagging at you going through. Now, bang! I said, whoa, this sucker will turn now.
a spinner's only necessary if you need nose weight for Joe Gilbert.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I tapered the front of mine down to taper it into the spinner, so I'm gonna leave it on there. But I'm trying to get it to turn anywhere near as good as Joe's turns, because I watched Joe fly a lot at Brodak. Someplace I've ever seen him fly a ringmaster, but that man can solid fly a ringmaster.
I don't have a spinner because it'd be nose heavy. But yes,
Well, his plane's lighter than mine. I picked it up. It's a lot light. It's not a lot, but it's lighter than mine.
it's a nice.
Mine's 28 ounce.
Mine's 22.
Yeah, mine's 28. I'm 6 ounces heavier, but it flies pretty darn good.
You'll do well with that twister. Twister can teach you a tremendous amount.
Oh God, that's
Mhm.
probably taught more stunners in the last 20 years than 30 years than any other plane I can think of.
The next step will be a Nobler.
Yeah,
Then the next step will be a Vector 40.
yeah. The only problem with that is you're going to have to build it from a kit now because they just ain't no more.
That's all right too.
I don't know if I got that many years left in me.
It won't take
This-
that long.
Enjoy every
You get
day
out and
God
practice.
gives you.
You get out there and practice. It won't take that long.
Yeah.
Enjoy every day. It's all good.
You will be amazed. You'll be amazed with a good airplane how fast you can progress. You can fight her. You can fumble and bumble and stumble for years with an overweight piece of. But you get a good airplane, you will be amazed. That the only thing I tell you, get a good airplane and then get fly with somebody that knows how to fly and can help you, a coach, and you'll be amazed how fast you'll progress.
An easy airplane helps you, Phil. There's no question.
Oh yeah. No doubt about it. I just, when I built my first twister, I couldn't believe how fast I progressed. And then, cause I kept building full stunners, built up stunners and thinking this is the only way to go. And I kept tearing them up, going home, building another full built up stunner. And Tommy finally, I thought he was going to knock me in the head and tell me, go build a profile and come back and fly. So I did. And instead of putting a new OS Max 35 on it, I put a Fox 35 on it. And I took it out and flew it and learned how to fly on that twister. But it always aggravated me that my twister always hunted a little bit. It just drove me nuts. So I asked Tommy to try to trim it out for me. So we worked on that plane and worked on that plane, finally got to where it didn't have as much hunt, but it just didn't recover as well as I wanted it to. So on the second one, I had read an article by somebody, I don't remember who. I don't remember what happened to the first one. I think I let somebody else fly it and he crashed it. But I came home and built another twister. It took me about 2 weeks to build one. They're super simple to build. And I didn't put half ribs in it, but I put turbulator spars, 3 on top, 3 on the bottom, and made the tail 2 inches longer. And this thing grooves. I mean, it just really grooves. And I changed the top block a little bit instead of having it a canopy. Instead of looking like a laser, it looks like a stunner. But I called it a twister, called it a stinger, excuse me. And I got a picture of it here, but I'm so small in that crowd you can't see it. But anyway, That thing served me well. I still got it downstairs. It's 30 years old. I'm scared to fly it. I'm afraid it'd fall apart, but it's still hanging on the wall downstairs. The first thing I ever designed myself. And it's really a redesign. I changed the tips, changed the flaps, lengthened the fuselage, and just, I'll bring it upstairs, show y'all one night. If I don't bust it all to pieces trying to push the dust off of it, I'll show it to y'all.
Roy's going to do okay. The LA-46 is easy to run.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
He'll do
That's the
well.
best motor out there right now to learn on.
He'll do well with that.
That's a best mannered motor out there, I believe.
If it is a 12-inch prop, that's a big prop for a little tailed airplane, but he can start out there and work with it and learn.
Yeah. I believe I've had more LA-46s than any other single motor I've ever had.
Wrong with 11.5.
11.5 is better. That's a better plan.
That'll work.
11.5 is way
Yeah.
better than 12. That's good.
That'll work.
That'll be a better program. Just set it where it's a 4-stroke and then beat. Don't get too excited about making it run hard. That airplane's easy to pull.
Hopefully next week.
I hope so too. I hope you have
I
a
hope
great
so
day.
too.
Hope you have a great day.
The goal is to bring you back in one piece.
All you got to do is just go out there with the idea. If I go around in circles and I bring it back, that's fine. If I fly full pattern and bring it back, that's fine. Just let's go have some fun. You don't have to fly full pattern. It's all about having fun.
That's right.
That's the name of the game. And you'll find after a few years of flying these things that the trophies don't matter near as much as the people you meet along the way.
The only thing the trophies are good for is the spiders like them.
Yeah. Mine are out in one of my outbuildings in a box.
The spiders like them.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. I bet you there's 60 trophies out there and they don't mean a darn thing to me, but the people I met along the way, that does. You ought to see our Christmas card list. Jeez whiskers.
Well, Paul Poberesta, he started the EAA. You've heard of the Experimental Aircraft
Yeah.
Association.
Yeah.
Paul made a statement one time. Their planes brought us together. Our friendship kept us coming back.
That's it. That's
And
exactly
a
right.
brilliant statement, I think.
That's about as truthful as you're ever going to find.
Brilliant statement.
Mr. Miller has joined us. Mr. Miller,
Mis-
sir, I'm sorry. I forgot.
Mr. Heavy.
Ah,
He's eating dinner. I'm going to eat dinner here in a minute too, so it's all good. Well, Roy,
Yeah.
you'll do well with that airplane. Put that
Yeah, I think
rascal
you
on
will.
some 58-foot lines. Don't get excited about having it too far from you. If it's a little fast the first time, just fly it around circles and make your adjustments. You'll do well with that airplane. It'll be
Yeah.
fun.
you'll enjoy it.
Can you hear my
Welcome to the madness.
I'm gonna turn my audio off because he's gonna keep talking because he wants to share.
Yeah. Roy, there's one thing about this that it's a lot of fun, but if you think it's not craziness, you get into it and you wake up in the middle of the night thinking, that's how I could fix that. That's how I could do that.
Yeah.
Doggone.
There's a problem with your brain, I think, sometimes.
Yeah. I'd have to have one before I could have a problem with it. But,
There's 3 of us in high school that flew together all the time.
yeah.
All profiles and fast combat, slow combat.
Yeah.
Never did pattern or anything, but it's totally different this time around.
You'll do
Yeah.
fine. You can fly a combat ship. If you fly that little rascal and you get off a little lean that's running 4.8 laps, it won't matter. Just fly it around.
Well, I tell you what, Roy, I started flying at 9 years old because I heard the roar up at the park, which was about half a mile from the house. I heard the sound and got on my bicycle, asked Mom if I could go, and got on my bicycle and rode up there. And I've been doing it ever since. In 2 months, I'll be 70. And I didn't learn to fly the pattern until I was, I know I was already married because I met Tom Looper. I'd been married about 3 months. and I met Tom Looper and Bob Galley, and they were out flying pattern. And Bob Galley got me to do my first outside loop. I was ruined. That was it. That was the start of the
Yep.
madness. And it's been a long ride, but it's been a fun one. But you meet a lot of good people along the way. That's
Oh, yeah.
the truth of it.
That's
You-
what it's about.
That old buzzard during the rocking chair, if you ever get a chance to meet him, that's a good one.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun together, dude.
Yeah.
If we ain't having fun, we'll go get a hamburger and talk about it.
There you go.
There you go.
What
That
we
solves
do,
all
what
the
we do at a
problems.
contest, if we can't fly, we go out and get a hamburger or something and talk about how good we used to be.
That's right. We'll go fix all the bell cranks and rod links, flap elevator ratios. We'll just fix it all.
There you go. We'll make it work one way or another.
Yeah,
Gotta have a plan.
there's a lot of ways to skin the cat. What works for you, just enjoy it, man.
That's it.
We're
I get
looking
these.
forward to.
I've gotten to hang now to building a semi scale.
Uh-oh.
Not that I don't have several good open stunners, but now I've gotten hair up my backside to build a dang semi scale.
Which one you gonna build?
Well, I'm building a P-47, and
Parrot?
I've got, huh?
A parrot?
No, Bill Werbridge.
Oh, Warridge 47. Cool.
Yeah,
The
and
Razorback
then
one.
electric, yeah. And then
Oh,
I'm
you're
going to
a
do.
blessing.
Then I want to do Al Raby's Mustang, which I have the plans to.
Well, there's a lot of Mustang.
Word of warning to the word of wisdom to the wary, whatever. If you take a set of plans and take them to a print shop to have them printed, be sure and check right then before you leave to make sure they are the same size. I went and I had Al Raby's plans built up, and I knew what the wingspan was supposed to be, and I'm smart enough to measure a 30 and a 30 and a half and figure out, okay, that's 60 and a half inches. Okay, that's what it's supposed to be. I have one set of plans she did that's right. She did another set the same day, and it's 63 inches.
That won't work out for you well.
No. And I did a plan sheet. I had taken all the parts and traced them. And I know it's right because I traced Al's parts. Just traced every piece on a piece of paper, big piece of paper. Brought it home, took it, had her copy that. I got home and I checked the copy to the original, and it's 3/8 off.
You got to take them back and start over. Just throw them away.
I just going to throw them away because they won't take them back. Oh no,
Well, take them back and show them what they did wrong. Say, throw them. Give
I
me
did.
a set to try.
I did. I went by there and said, when is Alan going to be back? Alan retired. Where's Joey? He's in Greensboro. Guess where I'm going?
Greensboro.
I'm going to Greensboro because that woman
Yeah,
that went to Salem
you-
cannot make a copy.
You got to get them exactly the same. You can't have that off.
I told him, I said, if this print don't match that part sheet, it ain't going to work. And she just don't get it. I don't understand. I said, ma'am, this isn't a building. I don't just look at the plan and then build it to this many feet and this many feet and, this many floors high. It's got to match this plan so the parts fit together.
You
And
take
she
a pair of
absolutely-
scissors and you cut them out and you glue them onto the boss and then cut that out and it'll be right. Explain it
still
like
won't.
that. You
It
got to
still
cut it
won't.
out, glue it onto a piece of balsa and trace it out and cut it out of that, then it'll be right.
It won't work. She don't understand because she doesn't want to understand.
She might have to figure it out.
But I was leaving the other week and I saw the boss coming in the door and I said, Peter, I know that you're too busy to do this nowadays, too busy to worry about the print shop down here these days because you've got all the rest of the company to worry about now because he started out down there making copies 40 years ago. Anyway, he's up in the high office now and he's really doing well. But I asked him, I said, when are you going to get somebody down here that can make a stinking copy that two copies are the same size? Oh, with the equipment we got, that's not a problem at all. Really?
Come
Here,
down and help.
measure these two. And I handed him the 2 copies. He went inside and had a bloody, if I'd known he was going, I thought he was going to have a coronary.
Good.
So he gave me a piece of paper and a telephone number. He said, the next time that you want to make copies, you call me. He said, the next time we make them for you, they will be right.
He'll
And
do
there
it.
won't be a charge. I said, I've spent 2 months trying to figure this thing out, get ready to build this airplane, and I can't make sense of it because the wing part don't fit the fuselage side. And then I've got 10% larger copies of it too, and no 2 of them are the same. I mean, this stuff will make your head explode. So he said, well, you come over next week and which is this week. I'm going over Thursday or Friday. And he said, we will get them right. He said, I know what you're trying to do. I remember Al Raby. So anyway, we're going to try to get copies right and try to get them where I can make copies to it and give Tommy or whoever a set of plans to it. But I mean, hello, gorgeous. But I mean, it's
My
been an
dinner's
absolute,
gonna go eat, y'all.
it's been a mess. I don't blame you a bit. Joe,
Yeah.
I got an idea for you.
What's
I
up?
got an idea for you. When you get up and get moving around, give that pretty lady a hug for me.
Oh,
I'll
it's
see
all
y'all at
good.
Brodat.
Well, I'm looking forward to Brodax. We're gonna have a good time.
are.
We sure are. You take care of yourself, and I'll
All right.
see you then.
See you later. Bye-bye, y'all.
Bye-bye. Sparky, that looks like it might work.
I don't know. It may. So here's the parting board. This will get hot glued into this on the center line and clayed up around it. Then these things will make a box. We'll PVA it, make a box, and pour the resin in there, and take it apart, and take them sides off, turn it over, and make the other side.
Just don't forget one essential thing that I forgot one time. The release spray.
PVA, I got it right there.
Yeah, I forgot to use it one time, glued the whole darn thing together.
As soon as I get
That was
this
that was
refinished,
a mess.
get these out, we'll put some part all on it, paste wax them up 3-4 times.
What's happened to Trey? And I kind of hoping he was going to be in tonight.
Have you talked to him lately?
No, I've called him a couple times, but he's been busy every time I've tried to call him. I don't know what he's doing now, but he's kind of busy from what I understand. I'll call him, aggravate him. I took my Revolution out the other day and flew it. Lord have mercy. I thought my SV11 was flying well until I flew the Revolution. Oof. That thing's spooky. It just really flies good. I think I'm gonna paint mine because mine is parts of 4 or 5 different airplanes, and this one's this color and this one was this color, and put it all together. It flies really well, but it don't look real good. So I think I'm gonna
Think about how to paint it so you don't use little paint. Very little.
That's what I'm trying to do. Come figure out how to just keep as little paint as possible. And I'm gonna use spray can lacquer because it's lighter and I'm not gonna put stuff over it. It being electric, I'm just gonna put the paint on there and no clear over top of it.
Okay, you're going to
Well,
use spray can. You get 1 spray can of paint. That's all you get.
Yep, that's it.
So just
That's
kind
the
of
plan.
make dust and run it through, and that's it.
That's it. I'm planning on using actually 2 colors, a little bit of white and a little bit of red, and then
White on that
paint
black,
it.
bad mistake.
Huh?
White on that black is a bad mistake.
Well, he's already done it. He's the way he did it. He put white on and put orange on one of the ones I've got and yellow on some of the other parts over white.
Because white ain't going to cover that black.
this stuff did. I don't know what kind of paint he used. I'll have to get in touch with him and find out.
I'm thinking about how many coats. Yeah, I can cover black if I use a half a gallon.
No, I'm talking about one coat. It didn't take him 30 minutes to paint that airplane.
Yeah.
He painted it, and by the time we finished going across it one time, he come back again to put mask it off again to put the yellow on and painted his plane. And 2 days later, it was at a contest.
Now, if you're going to use white or whatever, you might consider a blocker coat like this U-Pol sand or primer. Dust it on and scuff it up so it's thin but kind of gray, and then spray the white on.
Yeah, that might work. I don't think he did that, but I wouldn't swear to it. Because I went to grab something to eat while he was doing the actual painting, some of it.
All I know is white is the heaviest color.
Yeah. That's the reason it's going to be back mask, where the only thing that's going to be white is from the red out. Just a little bit. Make it show. It ain't going to be under the red. It'll just be, because red will cover black. I didn't think it would, but it will.
It'll be dark red, but.
Well, it'll be dark red, but I'm starting out with much lighter than what I want. And when I did the piece when I sprayed the piece I got downstairs, I've got one downstairs that delaminated and that I got from Steve, and I sprayed it, and the light red turned dark red and ended up looking beautiful.
If you want Santa Fe red or Boston maroon, I would on black. I would probably start out with Colorado red. So that's that red right there on black.
End up with that one. Yeah, that's about right.
End up
about
down.
3 to 4 shades. That's about right. Yeah. Yeah, it turns a lot darker for sure, but he put yellow over it and it worked.
Yeah, but it turned the yellow. If you use lemon yellow, or let's say lemon yellow like this, would turn out down like this Lincoln Haven yellow or Federal yellow. So
I think his turned out more like the Federal, but yeah.
Quite a few.
It turned out pretty. The old boy, I don't know how he does what he does, but he gets some pretty results.
Yeah.
His airplanes turn so darn strong.
Because it's got a 22-inch tail moment. What do you expect?
Yeah, that's got something to do with it. It's got that great big motor up front too. The thing's got a 4250 in it. That thing will turn. Flies great. Oh, I'm gonna put wheel pants on it. I hadn't done it yet, but I want to. Oh, oh. Uh-oh, Sparky's getting ready to go into what he's best at.
Yeah.
He's a decent builder, but he's an amazing sander. Well, he's better than a decent builder. It didn't come out right. Never mind.
Steve saw me pull some tricks, didn't you, Steve? Had to pull
Steve, you're muted, Bubba.
Yeah, that's for sure. Things I'd never thought of, and probably things I don't remember.
Yeah, that's the hardest part of this for me, Steve. I'm learning all these tricks and I see Sparky do stuff on the web. I go over to Luke's house and I see Tom do stuff. Why didn't I see this 20 years ago when I could actually remember it until I get home to do it? Because now CRS takes over and I forget. How the heck did he do that?
Back in those days, Phil, we thought we knew it all. And so there was nothing new to learn, so we didn't pay attention. Yeah, the old saying, hire a teenager today because, no other time in his life will he know everything.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'll tell you what. I know people that have forgot more than I know.
I know. I'm still forgetting more than I knew.
Yeah, we got to get Keith back on here because he is the absolute. I mean, you got a question, you want to know what happened or how it was done, Mr. Trossel can tell you. He is a wealth of knowledge.
Have you ever heard the poem Dangerous Dan McGrew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a guy, his name was Mr. Bilyeu. Helen Burns was his daughter. She was 83 and he was 102. He could recite that poem verbatim from memory. I don't know how many
Oh,
pages,
brother.
but it's long.
Yeah.
I have a friend that can do the same with Sam McGee. There are strange things done under the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. But the
Yeah.
strangest yet is the night on the marge of Lake LaBarge where I cremated Sam McGee. Yeah, that's all I remember.
I'm still trying to remember. My mother used to tell one that she learned in school, and if I could remember what it is, I remember about half of it. But Abub and Adam, may his tribe increase, just woken up from a deep dream of sleep, and that's all I can remember.
Yeah.
Dream of peace, and that's all I can remember.
Oh, we got some
But-
chat. Let's cover them. See.
Oh, yeah.
I dug out the engine tonight, and I'll get it in the mail tomorrow or this week. Thank you, Steve. Okay, it's a Russian Typhoon 2.5 glow engine. A little rubber sleeve on the venturi has long since been trimmed off. Okay. Next couple of planes, we're going to have Walter Unlin version of the Mustang 1 and then scaled down Giske Nobler, 250 squares. And then
Wow.
of course, yo.
Mhm.
All right, carry on.
By the way, Sparky, I looked for that OS 46 VF. I must have sold it or give it away. I couldn't find it anywhere in my whole collection, so it's gone. I think I'll look again some more, but if I find it, I'll make sure you get it. Okay.
Yeah, that's all right. It was just another project I had in mind.
All right. Thinking of a project. You might like this one, Phil. I'm thinking about redrawing and do a little re-engineering with the Ringmaster, the Super Ringmaster. Just because I always liked that. I had one when I was a kid. I'm thinking about making it an I-beam wing with same airfoil, but an I-beam wing, and put the landing gear in the wing like I did, back in the '60s, and
Yeah.
lighten up the structure, 16th back by kind of like they do on the ARFs with cut out 16th on the inside, so that you get the structural strength and all that. And just try to see if I can build one that I can power with a 15 or a 20 and weighs right in the, what is it, right? Where's that measurement? 16 ounces, somewhere in there. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I think it could be done.
I think
Good
it could be
airplane.
done, and I think it'd be a fun airplane. I also think that if you set it up right, you could actually do a pretty fair pattern with it too.
Yeah, I think so.
It's gotta
I
be
tell you
light.
what, seriously, I saw Joe Gilbert. Now, y'all can think I'm crazy if you want to, but I saw Joe Gilbert take a Ringmaster and fly the modern pattern and whip full up stunners.
Yep.
I mean,
heard about that.
guys flying full up stunners, and Joe, they didn't give him nothing. He flat whipped them. It just blew my dang mind. I don't remember where we were. It seemed like we were down in, I don't remember. I don't remember if we were in Florida or Louisiana or where we were, but I mean, he flat whipped them.
You did it at
I don't
Brodak.
get- Well, he didn't fly that in an open category at Brodak. That maybe it was Sparky. I don't know. I ain't telling you no story. CRS has me bad. I can't remember stuff.
He had a yellow
Somebody-
T6 trainer that he whipped everybody with too.
Yeah, I remember that. It had a 4-stroke on it.
And I don't remember what motor, but it's a profile.
Yeah. Had a dang 4-stroke on it, little 28 or something 4-stroke. Just putted along, but boy, he could fly that thing.
I was a Super Ringmaster. I learned the pattern on back when I first learned it.
Yeah, I know what you mean there.
Of course, I built it when Sterling was still using balsa wood, and not
When
oak.
they started using plywood, pine,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Oak.
Yeah, yeah, that's about right. Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna get in the other room, get something to eat because we're about ready to eat some pie and ice cream, and I'll be back in a little bit. I got to walk the dog too, but I'll be back in a little bit. Y'all keep on talking in the after party, and I'll be back and aggravate you. See you in a little bit.
Don't come back. Don't come back eating the ice cream unless you bring some for all of us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We'll see what we can do.
Go have your possum. Oh.
My possum. Oh, Lord. I thought he was from up north. He sounded like he's from down south.
Couldn't believe how much time I've got into making this plug.
What you got in it?
Let's see, 8, 10, 12 hours so far.
You might wind up with as much as 100 hours in it.
In the whole airplane, maybe. Not in this plug. I'll have to get $1,000 an airplane if I got 100 hours in making the.
Well, the way the rules read, it can't be any more completed than the average kit. And if the average kit turns out to be a short kit, do-it-yourself ARF.
Wait a minute. I got the rules right here, and there's nothing in it about BOM. This is a one design speed event. The model will be a 46 Kina designed Mergo Perky. The rules are basic. Model must be built to the outline of the original 46 Mergo Perky design. Construction modifications are allowed. Control model must be equipped with an 1.5 or 1.75 spinner. Model must be equipped with 2 wheels, 1 3/8, only suction fuel system, no pressure system. Engine shall be a 15 glow diesel and a 19 ignition. Glow engines to use 10% spec fuel. No tuned pipes, megaphone or exhaust, mini pipes or mufflers are okay. Maximum weight 23 ounces. Flying wires will be 52.6 in length, measured from the center of the fuselage to the center of the grip of the control handle. Only a 2-wire control system. Flying wire shall be 14,000 solid steel music wire material by the AMA required spec. Full test 25 Gs. Model must be timed for 1 mile, 16 laps from the point of release. Pilot is not required to use the AMA speed pilot. Contestant may enter more than one model. This would require an additional entry fee. For each model entered, the contestant will be given 4 attempts for 3 officials. And all other safety rules in the AMA book apply. There will be one award for the model close to the average speed of the models, and awards for top speed 1st through 3rd. That's it. So
I didn't realize you were building a speed ship, racer. I thought you were building a stunt ship. The stunt ship, it says that you have to be no more prefab than the average kit. But
Right.
the average kit comes in 5 pieces that you have to put together. And that's what it's getting to be here pretty soon.
Well, that's it. That's how I'm going to offer this as an average kit. It'll be a wing, a fuselage, elevator, stabilizer, top and bottom of the fuselage, and put it together. But
Yeah.
I got to see what the price point is going to be. I charge $100 for a tank, and I don't have near the work into a tank that I have into this so far. But I'll have about this little bit more material in an airplane. So I figured $250 for a kit ready, be an ARP basically.
That's actually, as far as I can tell, that's probably pretty reasonable.
Bolt it together and fly it.
Mm-hmm.
Now Steve Berry is sending me a Taipan or something. I can't remember what it was. Russian Combat 15, and that's what I'm going to put in. And Actually, the way I'm got it designed in my mind is that I'll be able to use this, which is the rusty Cox 15, or any 15 engine, because it'll have plates in it that you can mount and unmount. Put any engine that you want.
Good idea.
Fuel tank will be part of the fuselage. You know, so you're getting a fuel tank too.
Yeah. I am looking for that VF. I found I've got at least one Brodak 15. I didn't realize I still had one, so probably got a plane for that one to go on.
Well, that ain't a speed model, so I don't need one of them.
No, it's not. It's gonna go on a small stunner like the little what do they call it? It's a little geese, a little cub that Brodex sells.
Yeah, Steve, Steve Berry said it's a Russian Typhoon 2.5 cc glow engine.
There we go.
Don't know if I've ever heard of that.
I'm sure I've heard of them.
Well, Mike would be the one to ask. Mike Lonky.
Oh yeah.
It's a combat engine, and if they're using it for combat, it's got to go. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
of course, I'm not really doing this to be competitive. I'm just doing it as an R&D project. See if I can do this other project.
A lot of things about racing is repeatability and the fact that it's reliable, that you can always get short pits, and that it flies within a certain. It doesn't have to be the fastest airplane if it's got the fastest pits.
Well, that's racing though. I think a Perky is more of a speed plane.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So where was I going with that? Well, I don't know.
Well, racing is yeah, you're right. It's a different discipline.
Yeah.
And what works in one doesn't necessarily work in the other, but yet some pieces do.
Yeah.
If I get good at this, I'll make some of them flying plates. Flying plate.
What's a flying plate?
The race
platter.
team race.
Oh, that's team race.
Yeah, it's a weird looking airplane. Doesn't
Yeah.
have much of a fuselage.
And the pitman is as important, or if not more important, than the flyer.
Way more important.
Yeah.
The pitman race. Well, I'm glad I did this. I mean, I don't like the idea it takes another day now, but
Well, yeah, I think you're going to be able to apply it to stunt.
this plug, you would think this would be heavy. It's got 4 coats of fiberglass on it and foam core, balsa tip, and all that. But this thing is only 1.1 ounces, I think. 1.5 ounces, and it's solid. So,
And once you get rid of the foam inside, should be a lot lighter.
now, I've never flown Perky. I don't know nothing about it. I just was sent this by Carl Dodge, and he asked me if I could build one, and I said I don't know, and we're trying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, looks like you're doing a good job at it.
Don't know till it's finished. I might
Yeah.
get pissed and say forget it.
Stomp on it. Did I ever show you guys that are here the Trailblazer electric profile?
You got a design for that, John?
Yeah.
Have you shown it before?
I've shown it before, but a long time ago, and I don't think any of you guys were here when I did it.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
share. Okay.
I'd like to see it.
Let me get it up here then.
Oh, Bob, Steve Berry says with an FAI prop, it'll hit close to 20K RPM.
Wow.
Well, then that's 3,000 more than what I got, so it's got to be faster.
I don't know what an FAI prop is, but I'm sure he'll tell you.
Is it showing yet?
Yeah, I can see it.
I can't. Let me see it.
So has that got a electric motor or glow motor?
Like this one's the electric. There's where the motor sits right there. There's where
Okay.
the battery sits back there. And it's set up for 3515, I think is what I'm planning on putting in mine.
So how big is it? How many squares?
I believe it's 640, 640 thereabouts.
Okay.
Let me see. I've got the thing
Got
over
the
here.
wing on another page.
Yeah, I'll show you the wing. A minute. Let's get this up a bit and see what the.
So is that all foam core stuff?
Well, no, it's got foam in between. It's 3/4 inch wide fuselage,
Uh-huh.
and it's got foam in the back end. It's like that. Like it shows it right in through here.
Is that lighter than a slab?
It's a lot lighter than a slab of balsa.
Okay.
It's this is that bead foam, but
Mm-hmm.
you can use close cell foam if you want. Yeah, let me get this down. Gotta get there. I don't know how to get that. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's 640. Let me get the other. Now, I think there's a way I can do this easily. Well, I'll do it the hard way. I'll stop the share, go back to this, change what I'm, not that.
You wouldn't be doing it right if you weren't doing it the hard way.
That's true. That is so true.
Shirt that says, nope, you're right. We'll do it the dumbest way possible because it's easiest for you.
I hate
Yeah.
to admit to the truth of that. There's the wing.
Oh, Steve Berry did correct himself. Sorry. FAI combat prop, about an 8.7 or so composite.
Well, there you go. That'll go. That'd be good.
Okay, I've got it now.
I'll
Should
get-
be coming up.
I'll get one from Steve Wilk.
Mm-hmm.
Is it up, Steve?
There we go. Now I can
Mhm.
see it.
Looks like SV11 wing.
It's not.
That's taper leading and trailing edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like my my Vortex.
Let's see. I drew the gas version 2.5 years ago. So it has the same wing. And I didn't look at anybody else's wing when I did it. So,
You didn't look at a Crossfire?
nope.
Yeah, it's kind of crossfire-ish, isn't it?
Well, any wing that's got this type of geodetic construction is going to look like a Crossfire.
Oh,
You
No,
know?
Taper leading edge and trailing edge is what I was referring to, not the construction.
No, I
yeah,
got that.
that's a Bob Hunt thing,
I got
right?
that from Bob Hunt. I talked to him
Yeah,
about that.
yeah, okay.
And so that's why there's a little more area in here closer to the fuselage than there is. You can see it's a little thick, little wider here, and gains in radius here, and then comes in,
Mm-hmm.
ducks in. That's the wing. Anyway,
So you got beta printed on those. They're not finished?
well, I've got the plans out to a couple of guys who are going to build one,
Oh, okay.
and then when it's finished building, we'll get together and see if there were any changes needed, which will probably be the case. And then I can make that, and then I'll be finished.
Okay.
Okay. I hate to put it out and say, okay, this is the finished. I mean, it's finished as far as I can go without
Mhm.
one being built. you
Yeah.
know? So,
Is that
but
a
it,
circular bell crank there, or is
no,
that
no, that's just showing the radius where the
that's just
outside.
showing the radius? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I go for my maximum throw. I don't figure you get any more than 45 degrees. So
Now,
that's why.
you've got no sheeting on the elevator stabilizer, is that right?
None on the elevator stabilizer at all. I was thinking about it though.
Those type stabilizers are wonderful as far as weight goes, but man, are they a bear to finish.
You're right. They always show up
Uh,
funny stuff.
yeah, I tried to do something like that for my Cavalier profile, and that was a failure. So I went back to
Yeah,
the original slab.
it wouldn't be hard to indent this in, 16th of an inch and put 16th inch sheeting on either side on the stab in the elevators.
That is the lightest way to do it, just like you got drawn there.
Yeah,
But the finishing is a nightmare. And my Vipers are built up elevator stabilizer and flaps, but they're not geodesic. But I could have made them.
yeah.
And they're light, but it's a crappy finish on them.
Well,
Mm.
I was thinking on this the other day, in this same problem. Let me throw this at you and see what you think of it. How about if I use some heavier paper, like light poster board, and fit it right in on these areas, and then do my regular finish over the top, with the polish band right over the top of it.
There's nothing lighter than balsa wood. And I'll tell you this much, all that work that you got into that, if
Yeah,
you find a good piece of wood that size, it'll be lighter if you make it out of solid piece of wood, 3.5
I,
pound wood.
Sparky, I agree with you. The problem is it's difficult. Not everybody has access
That's
to
right.
that quality of wood.
Yep.
So this is for the average guy. But if I had a good piece of wood, a good, nice, like a 4 ounce piece of 1/2 inch here, I would do exactly that. I'd make it solid.
Yep. You cannot, I've tried a million times. You cannot build a lighter if you have a 3.5 to 4 pound piece of wood, you cannot build a stabilizer lighter than solid.
That's right. Well, and you'll notice that the flaps are not built up at all because they're even harder to do than the stabbing elevator.
Yeah, and they have a tendency to warp, just like my orange Viper did. One
Yep.
coat ain't too much, and you got a twist in it.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, if I've got the wood, I would build it out of solid. But if I didn't have the wood, if I had to use 5 ounce or 5.5 or 6 ounce wood, then I'd build it up like this, as light as I could. But I'd have to build it this way. Well, anyway, that's it. It's just I thought so you guys that hadn't seen it before might like to see what it's like. It's got a neat airfoil. It's oh, come on. I'm having a rough time tonight with my memory, but it's not one you run across all the time. I think it was oh, come on, Sultan. Guy designed Sultan.
That'd be Norm Whittle.
Yeah, one Norm Whittle pointed me towards, and it's really worked well for me. So anyway, I'll go ahead and stop sharing.
Send it to me. I'll see. I'll get to it when I get all my other projects done.
Okay, I'll do that.
And it's not a rush because I got plenty projects.
Yeah. Well, you'll be getting the beta version because, like I say, I haven't built it yet. I haven't got any reports back from anybody that I did send the plans to. So
Oh, if it's a beta, you won't mind me changing construction
you can
technique.
do what you want. Explain why you did it, and I'll put it on the plans of that as an option and why you did it that way. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I could build that as an I-beam.
You could very well build that as an I-beam.
I built the Viper profile as an I-beam, and I had never seen a profile built with an I-beam wing because it's just too much work. But I'm sure somebody's done it.
Yeah,
But the way that I did it, I really, really liked that for a profile because the fuselage stayed solid all the way from nose to tail
yep.
and locks the spar in. And I really liked that.
But you gain quite a bit of strength, and I think you gain some resistance to warping out of it too.
Well, it holds the spar locked in, so we're not going to have a spar rolling.
Right? And it holds the holds the leading edge and the trailing edge in. And with the span of this, not span, the cord of this, it might be a good idea to run a little, at least part of the way, an aft spar, on an I-beamer.
What is the cord of the wing? What is the root cord?
It's around 10 to 11 inches.
No need. It's 11 inches on my Vipers, and there's no need for that piece because I string them up with Kevlar thread. Put in that X ribbing.
Uh-huh.
No need for a spar.
Yeah, that's fine. That would work.
But yeah, I'll see if I can get to it and build one.
Okay.
Plenty to do.
I'll send you the plans, and I'll just send it to Sparky at what?
I just go
Sparky
to
Fly.
SparkyFL@charter.net.
SparkyFL@charter.net. Okay.
FL heavy bike. That's what that
Heavy
is.
bike. Okay.
FL. That's a Harley Davidson designation.
Yeah, the flight FL car Harley. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was FLY.
No. Sparky FL. Sparky heavy bike.
Ah. Hey, Cha-Cha came in.
Hi, Cha-Cha.
How things in your part of the world?
Cool.
Give us that Caribbean grin.
Yeah.
You live in Winnebago or Tombago or something like that?
What's that?
Where do you live?
Trinidad.
Trinidad. Who's the guy who lives in Winnebago or Tombago or something like that?
No, our country is two islands, Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
Tobago, that's it.
Yeah.
So you've been flying down there? Have weather been good?
I've been, yeah, well, we are in the dry season, which is usually from January to June. Very hot, limited rain, windy from time to time, but I've been going out with the kids and teaching them to fly and stuff like that.
So when does it snow there?
It does not.
It snows there. They all go down to Colombia
Oh, man.
or Ecuador.
And that's in the
Yeah, I've seen some of the pictures of some of the kids. You've got pictures of them with them soloing and all that. That's cool.
Yes, and I put up a video of them landing.
Is that in the
That's
Atlantic?
cool.
Was that?
Is that in the Atlantic Ocean?
It's
Yeah, kind of the border.
yeah. We separate the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. So it's a
Yeah.
chain of islands running from Florida. The Caribbean is a chain of islands running from Florida all the way down to the tip of South America. We're the southernmost country in the Caribbean archipelago.
Yeah. You're getting close to Venezuela, right?
Venezuela, just
Live there.
we could see Venezuela on a clear day.
And how
Oh,
many
wow.
people live there?
1.4 million.
You get Amazon?
Yeah.
Oh, good. So then that'd be all right. I mean, pretty
So-
decent country, about the same size as St. Louis.
Is it the Dutch Indies that are south of you?
What's
Closer to? Is it the Dutch Indies that are south of you, closer to Venezuela?
No, so like let me see if I could pull up something for you to see.
I've
So
got a map here, but
at the end of the Caribbean chain, Trinidad is the southernmost island. So Venezuela is almost to our left, and Guyana is to our Venezuela is also to our south, but Guyana is also to our south.
All right.
So this,
I'm looking
yeah,
at my map.
right. So you see
Can you see,
Trinidad and
can you
Tobago
see
there.
the map I put up?
Yeah, yeah.
If you could zoom in a bit, you could. So you see that peninsula there?
Yeah.
Go again.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you can see
Right.
Venezuela.
Yeah, so it is
It's
alleged that,
barely an island.
correct. It's alleged that we were once attached to Venezuela, and with the movement of tectonic plates, there was a
Mm.
separation.
Yeah, yeah.
You ain't
So
running a business then.
So what town, Cha-Cha?
I'm from, let's see, zoom in. I'm very close to the airport originally, which is Trin City, which is like 5 minutes from the airport. So the airport is in Piaco. If you see it there, zoom again. Go and scroll up. So you're seeing Piaco, and then there's Aruca.
I see it, Piaco, right under Aruca.
So that area called Aruca, that's where I'm originally from.
Ah,
Is that where you are now?
No, I'm actually in the west, where you see Indigo Martin. So the
Port of Spain, or where?
Port of Spain is our capital.
Yeah,
And to the west of that, you'll see Diego Martin Regional Corporation and Diego Martin.
yeah, I see it. It's kind of like
Right.
on that peninsula.
Do you
Diego
know?
Martin Regional Corporation.
Do you know Trinidad has a pitch lake? It's one of the natural deposits of asphalt in the world. One of
Oh,
a few. So that's in South Trinidad.
interesting.
If you go
Yeah.
scroll on, so we supply a lot of the world with asphalt. If you
Cool.
scroll down
Interesting.
again, you see that
Can you
point
grow balsa there?
where purple is, where you see that purple.
That'd be great.
Actually, we have balsa trees, but I don't think that there's a market for it.
Yeah, right.
No, like here in Trinidad, like
You have to
No, you'd
ship
have to.
it to the
You
United
got to
States.
market in the U.S.
I know, but what I'm saying is that I have never seen anybody like delve into harvesting balsa trees in
Well,
Trinidad. So
where they are.
a lot of people don't even know that it's balsa. They carry a French name. There's a French name for it in Trinidad called buffalo or something like that. And it just grows. I only
It's a weed.
realized that last year.
It's a weed. Yeah. There's a business opportunity there, Cha-Cha.
Get after it.
Uh,
It just, if you see one of those balsa trees on the side of the road, find out who owns the property and say, hey, I'll cut all these weeds out of here. And then get your pickup truck, cut it out, and then mill it up.
yeah, so I have to research that process.
Yeah, I mean, if I was there, that's what I'd be doing. Because you're that part of the world is the only place that balsa grows.
Yeah.
Guatemala,
South America, I think Papua New Guinea on the other side of the world.
Ecuador.
Yeah,
What does it need? A lot of
south
water?
of the equator.
It's tropical. It's got to be
Tropical.
Oh, wait, temperature.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I remember Kontiki in the book Kontiki, they got all their balsa trees right from the forest, but they were huge. They were 5-6 feet around, 4 feet around, and
So big, but they're slow. I mean, it would be slow harvest. You couldn't. That's the problem with our balsa trees right now. They've made it into a crop, and they're rolling it over and harvesting them so fast. You need to have long growth balsa, like 10 years, and up.
yeah.
But if you go around and see those farmers, hey, I will go in there and clear all these weeds out for and then cut it up. Don't tell them you're selling it because they won't give it to you then.
Yeah.
So that's big money.
I'll do some more research.
Yeah, I would. I mean, you could be in there and not even know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the world balsa supply is hurting pretty bad.
And then maybe the farmer will sell you the land with all the weeds on it.
Probably.
Hey man, got this useless field here. Look at all these weeds.
Yeah.
Take it away from you. Give you $1,000 an acre or whatever they want there.
What is land now in Trinidad? How much does it cost?
Oh, it depends. Let's see. Let's see. Three. So our $1 is like six TT dollars, Trinidad and Tobago dollars, 6.6. So land could vary from 100,000, 300,000, depending on what you're looking at.
So we're looking at,
Then we could divide that by 6.
yeah, shit. If you find it,
So how much acreage you looking at?
you find the balsa wood, we'll put the money together.
All right, I'll
Let
do
me get
some.
out my calculator here. You say 300, let's say $300,000.
Divide by 6, what it is. Not very much. 100 and not even 100. 75,000.
What do you do there in Trinidad, Cha-Cha,
I
currently?
I work in the air guard. I'm a mission coordinator.
A brain surgeon.
No, I work on airplanes. I work on airplanes.
Oh, you work on there. Okay, okay.
That comes up to 45.45, 45, 45, 45. It's one of those never ending
So 40,
Yeah.
45,454 or $55.
Oh, yeah, I can come up with that overnight.
Yeah, it all depends on what size of land you're looking for as well. So
the only ones with all the weeds growing on it. Don't
Yeah,
matter.
the
Probably
balsa
don't measure it,
weeds, well,
Mike.
that's the ones we want.
I think what you will have to do is strategically clear the land and start to plant because it's mixed with other tropical
Yeah.
trees, you know?
Yeah,
Is Trinidad independent
Yes, it is since 1962.
since '62?
excellent.
So
Stable
Venezuela is not influencing your
Um,
your politics? Yeah, maybe not.
I think not really, you know. I think that they had some conversation about some gas deal because our main export is oil. We have a
Yeah.
refinery here.
Yeah.
The refinery was closed, I think, during like close to COVID, where oil dropped, and they were having negotiations about some gas deal. But I don't know. I don't think it'll be any big issue.
Trinidad is a stable government then.
Yeah, more or less.
Who has the bigger gun? Is that the
No, well, I think hmm, uh, I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to say. But the historically the US has had a very strong position and the British also in Trinidad and Tobago based on World War II. So we had a lot of airfields. So actually one of our abandoned airfields was one of the largest in World War II at a point in time.
Really?
Yes,
So-
it's called Wallerfield. It was part of a US Army base called Fort Reed. It was supposed to be a 7-runway complex, and they only completed 2 in time for the war. But we had 17 active airfields in Trinidad and Tobago. We had seaplane base. We had a highway named Churchill Roosevelt as part of the arrangement. And the Churchill Roosevelt Highway connected the 2 bases, Chaguaramas, which is past Diego Martin side I told you about. So we had a seaplane base there that had PBM Mariners and Catalinas and that kind of type of aircraft.
Yeah, ASW work.
And then we had Wallerfield would have like Liberators and Commandos and C-47s. It was utilized as a transport and training. And then we had blimp mats and we had
ASW again. Yeah. So are those being used these days, or are they just abandoned?
Actually, Piaco, our international airport, was once part of that base network. That is still used. Carson Field is pretty much abandoned. People kind of built houses on because the Americans used to build runways out of concrete. So it would provided good foundation for people to build houses.
Oh yeah.
So one of the other satellite fields is actually a runway that used to be used for crop dusting because we used to harvest a lot of sugarcane as well. So that runway is still in use for 2 flight schools. And the others pretty much.
See, I'm just thinking about how many control line fields might be there.
No, we don't have. So let me see if I could pull up something for you. I wonder if Stephen might be a little faster with that. Google Earth.
What about some helicopters there, Cha-Cha? Because we have to go down there every once in a while to work on some AW-139s. I send my guys.
Right. So where I work, we have 4 built for search and rescue.
Okay. Who are they managed with?
Augusta Westland. That was part of the arrangement, the Air Guard.
Okay. Because we go down for a British company that has someone contract.
PHI? Bristol.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So they're opposite us.
Okay.
So they have 139s and PHI has 139s as well as another company.
I just had a team there about 3 months ago.
We're trying
Nice.
to get Cha-Cha to open a balsa farm down there.
It's growing like weeds down there. It's just going to waste.
We have a radio control field. I fly control line. They're mostly profiles. I would eventually like to build a circle there because the RC club is actually part of a abandoned horse racing track. So we have a runway there, but I basically fly profiles there, and then I will use the largest roundabout in the world. We're not in the Guinness Book of Records, but we do have the largest roundabout in the world, which is the Queen's Park Savannah. We use there to fly sometimes.
What is it? Grass runway or cement?
Asphalt.
Yeah, because I thought that the longest grass runway was Joe Knoll.
No, not runway. Where we fly is the biggest roundabout in the world.
A roundabout.
It's a savannah. There's a road around the entire savannah.
Oh.
Okay. Sounds nice.
Yeah.
If I wasn't so old, I'd take a look at coming down there and flying with you guys.
Well, I'm hoping that at some point in time we could probably have some kind of island cup,
Oh, cool. Yeah.
The island and just compete. Even if we don't have the numbers here, we just fly to the islands and take some heat and.
Be sure you have geezer stun in there, because by that time I probably won't be able to stand up and do overheads. I'll have to sit in a chair. I think I'll have to sit in the chair anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, we had a couple folks come in. We had Mark Gerber drop by, and so
Hi,
did
Mark.
Ed. And Ed
Hi, Ed.
contributed some helicopter information about Trinidad. What's Mark up to?
Oh,
You should be recovered from VSC now. You should be building again.
puttering around. Yeah, I started putting the sealer on I started working on the engine compartment on the Bearcat.
Nice.
To put in the sealer in there so that I can put it in the jig, because the jig mounts into the engine mount. So I need to get that done first.
Hopefully you're going to have that done before I get this done.
So nothing new to show us, huh, Mark?
Well, I got some stuff I was putting around with last week. I can show that if you want to see it.
Oh, yeah.
You see that?
Stuka Stunt Kit by
Yeah.
Brodak?
Yeah.
Still Stuka.
You getting sidetracked by that?
I'm not getting sidetracked. It's sort of in the queue.
Oh, it's in the queue. Okay.
When I
My
was down at
God, look at
VSC,
that. $232.
when I was at
Ah,
VSC, Rick Green had one for sale. So I looked at the
oh,
kit.
good.
It seemed like it was pretty well done.
So
And it
you
was
bought it?
quite a big discount from this.
Yeah.
I bought it and brought it home.
All right.
So I spent some time playing around with Stuka history and looking at some different colors.
Uh-huh.
This is the original 1952 art.
That's the old time legal one.
Yeah, this is the original Stuka.
That's
that Don
old time
still-
legal?
Yep.
Yeah,
Wow.
Look at the date.
it's got flaps, so hardly anybody
Yeah.
ever flies it in old time. And this is the plan that was published. And then in 1960,
Wow.
he built a slightly modified one he took to the World Championships.
I like that period correct paint job there.
Mm.
Yeah, he had to get rid of the German markings to go to the World Championship.
Yeah, they wouldn't let you have
Ah, yeah.
swastikas on airplanes. They didn't like them.
And then that was published in American Modeler, 1961.
That's the one I'm familiar with.
That was the
Yeah.
Ambroid. Yeah.
And when I was at MIT, I discovered that the Aero Library had a whole collection of American modelers way back to when it was before it was American Modeler. It was what, Air Trails, and they were all bound volumes. They had each year. And I was paging through there one day and I found this article, so I always thought it was really cool. And of course, Ambroid came out with a kit,
Mm.
and then I drew up an outline of it so I could play around with some color schemes to see what I could generate. And then here's the one that Don still had, the black. This is the way the one in the 1961 article is marked.
You're gonna make Nat
Mhm.
Newman jealous.
Have you got one of Walt Pyron's that he built?
Did he do a Stuka?
Well, yeah, he built steel Stuka. He double coated the wings, so it was really neat the way the covering was. But it
No,
was
I don't-
it was that Splinter style camouflage, the green with the.
Well, I'll get to that in a minute. I haven't seen that one that Walt did.
You got a Hyde Johnson Stuka in there?
No. That one didn't have any flaps and it looked like it was a big heavy airplane. I don't know.
Mm.
Somebody brought one to VSC many years ago, but I don't remember who it was.
Ever see Rick Gackabone Stuka?
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's the best one I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That could have been Walt Pyron.
This is
I'll find out.
Jerry yeah, Tom and Jerry from
Worth?
Denver.
Worth?
From Denver. Jerry's been flying a Stuka ever since I've known him. Jerry Chambers.
Mm.
And he's always flown a Stuka and it's always been black. And he's I don't know how many he's built, but every time I've ever seen him fly, he's always flying a Stuka. So this was down at Lynn Boss's last year. So I started looking at the regular paint scheme. So this is the German scheme from right about the time of Battle of Britain and the invasion of France and all that stuff, 1941, 41. And they use this two-color green with the light blue.
That's the one that I saw on that guy's air, and it wasn't Walt Pyron, but his name was very similar to Pyron, and I'm sorry that I can't remember it.
Walt Prey?
That might be it. Yeah.
So anyway, I drew up one and colored it like
That was a
1940 type German scheme.
Yeah.
And
You
the
gonna
bottom
get
was
one of them
blue.
whistles that you blow in and put it down on the bottom so it wheels squeals when it's flying?
So, oh, that's interesting.
So then when the Italians invaded North Africa and got in trouble, the Germans had to go down and rescue them in 41. Then they painted some of the Stukas with this light tan color instead of the dark gray.
Desert camouflage?
Yeah. And then they also painted some just totally all sand color on top. No,
Hmm.
no camouflage. But the cool ones, they were painting them with all kinds of blotches over them with dark green. So they looked like the desert when you were looking down on them from above. So I don't know.
Is that tough?
Is that what?
Is that tough to paint?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
not tough if you got Gordon did that on, that
If you got
style
it-
on his KI-61 and on his USA one.
if you get an airbrush, just do these things sort of freehand.
Yep,
Ah,
So I don't think it would be too hard.
it's not.
Somebody
I
had
like
this
the
one.
splinter.
I don't know who this belonged to, but it was at the Nats a couple of years ago.
That looks
oh,
like
it almost looks like
Matt Newman.
Matt Newman.
Yeah.
It's an awful big
He likes
AMA
that.
number.
He likes that snake.
I don't know if it was Matt's or not. I don't know who brought it. 1073788 is a big long number.
Yeah, that's a big.
Man, it's probably not Matt, but that's kind of the
But he had one.
scheme that Matt used.
And then here's one that was at VSC one year. I
What
don't
is that that's sticking down at the nose?
The
Well, this-
radiator.
That's the
That was the
cowling.
radiator.
Part of the cowling?
Yeah.
It's just for show though, right? It's not functional.
No,
Well, it covers the head of the engine.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And the real Stuka had a big radiator up here
Hmm.
and did have a big chin like that. So it kind of fits the original design.
Ah, okay.
And I read Still's article in 52. He made a comment about how he kept the fuselage and the tail very scale, but he couldn't do the gull wing. So he just
Hmm.
made the straight wing. So he felt that the wing wasn't very scale, but the rest of the airplane wasn't too bad. Although he put the landing gear on the fuselage instead of on the wing. So he didn't have that close either. But anyway,
it actually
you
kind
can,
of looked like it though, didn't it, Mark? Because that didn't that gear fold up with the wheels towards the wingtips?
no, they didn't have retractable gear.
They didn't. No, that's right. They did. They had it.
They were fixed. I don't know if I got a picture of the original here.
They got a siren mounted underneath between the landing gear.
Yeah, I don't have a picture of the real.
I know what you
Stuka
mean.
here,
but
but see, here's
it was wing mounted. It was
here's
wing
the
mounted.
original one where he had the fox head right in the
Ah, okay.
cowling, where the supposed radiator was for the original Stuka. So anyway, that's what I was doing, playing around. I don't know what else I got here.
So you just have a kit right now? You haven't built it?
No, yeah, I put it on my stack. I got an extra canopy from Brodax. It's always good to have an extra canopy. And I'm gonna finish the Bearcat, and then I'm gonna go finish my P-47 that's halfway's done.
Did you
No,
know
no.
that Rick Gacabon Stuka has the exact wing that Wendy's B-25 has in it, only turned upside down?
Really?
Yep, made by Midgley, carbon fiber.
Interesting.
Rick Gacabon Stuka is the best Stuka I have ever seen. I mean, the radiator, the cowl is round. It's not square like that. It looks scale. I mean, the only thing is it flies the opposite direction.
Yeah, it's too bad that Rich isn't able to fly anymore.
Yeah. I wonder if anybody's got pictures of that anywhere.
Look on Wendy videos.
Yeah, there's some
Yeah.
around. I don't have one handy, but I've seen quite a few of them over the years. Would expect Bob Hunt might have one. He's not on the chat tonight, I guess. And Bob's good friends with Rich.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually got to watch and judge Chacabone few years ago when he was still flying at the NAT. It was weird because he flies the other way.
Yeah, I asked Bob Hunt about him a couple of years ago, and he said he wasn't able to. I guess he had a stroke or something.
He's in a nursing home.
Is he?
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's too bad.
I'd like to have his jukebox. It had a 1930s Wurlitzer jukebox. Oh, beautiful. Probably $50,000-$60,000. That stupid thing. Well, let me shoot some black on this. Let's see how we did.
What's Sparky making anyway?
Perky.
I'm old for a part of a Perky racer.
Oh, okay.
I'll let him tell you about it.
Let me paint this up real quick. I'll tell you. I don't know where to set it. Get any dirt on it right here, I guess. My hand's gonna get painted black again, I'm sure. Ah, shit.
Mark, are you getting tired of me sending you F8 pictures?
You haven't sent any lately.
No, I have a few. I'm not sure if they're duplicates, so I got a couple more, but they're racing colors. I'll have to get those over to you. I want to try to get all of my pictures like that in one album versus all over my phone.
Yeah, I passed some of them on to Keith Drossel. He's still talking about building another Bearcat. He's
Well,
going
that's
to make
good.
it. He said originally he's going to make it orange like his Golf Hawk. And
That's nice. Yeah.
duplicate the paint scheme he had on the previous one. But I showed him some of those racing pictures, and he thought some of them were pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing in regards to flying out there. What can grab your attention and stuff? You know, something a little different, and somebody's already designed it, so you know what it's going to look like. I got the same thing with P-51s. Ah, Stuart, ¿cómo se va?
Just got back from pickleball, so I thought I'd see what's happening here.
Pickleball. I played it a little bit, but my ankle and knees wouldn't allow it anymore. I had to have ankle replacement.
Yeah.
But I can see the interest in it and stuff.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, you can have some poor techniques but still be competitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In tennis, you got to have a certain form. Oh, there you go.
Did you send this one, Ed? Or did you send this one?
No,
to
I
me?
did not. I don't think so.
I sent this one to Keith, and he was really intrigued.
That's just like the Golf. Same paint scheme, only yellow.
Yeah, it's I don't know what the deal is. I don't know whose airplane this is or
Is that the Beetle Bomb?
no,
No,
it's
because
something
that was
else.
the Beetle Bomb was yellow.
There's another picture of it.
It's got fold up
You know
wings.
what? I might have. I'm looking now.
As you sent me this one, I know.
That
Oops.
didn't.
Yeah, that's a shame.
You ever hear any more about this? How much it's going to cost them to fix it or?
No.
What's that up in the air?
Part of the airplane.
Yep.
Right there. What is that?
Might
Part
be
of
a
the
landing.
airplane.
It's
It
part
might
of
be
the
a landing
cowl.
gear cover. I don't know. The left
could be-
landing gear collapsed.
That just came out of maintenance.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
they were doing first flight. Here it is on a better day.
Pretty.
A really nice airplane.
That Al Rabes? It looks just like it.
Yeah, I mean it's
That is so pretty.
immaculate clean. Now there's a little bit
Yeah.
of exhaust down the side here, but not much.
Yeah, I did send that to you.
That looks just like Al Rabes' airplane.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I have a
you-
question for you, Mark. Why the Bearcat instead of the Sea Fury? Does the
because Keith
Bearcat fly
Trossel said,
better? What is because I always thought the Sea Fury looked better.
well, the way I got started on this was, I thought about the Bearcat since I was in college when it first came out, and I always thought it'd be cool to build one. And then I got retired, and I had a little more time on my hands. And we were having a pandemic, and Keith Trossel told me one day down at the field, he says, "You should build a Bearcat."
Hmm.
And he said, "It's the best flying airplane I ever had." Well, when Keith Trossel tells me it was the best flying airplane he ever had, he's had plenty of them. And
Hmm.
so he says, "Come to my house on your way home. I'll show you." He said, "I have my wrecked one. I'll show you that." And he actually offered it to me. He said, "Here, you can take it home if you want it." And I said, "Well, I got my basement pretty full of other stuff. I declined to take the Bearcat." But
Hmm.
he spent an hour and a half explaining it to me, how to build it and where to reinforce it. And he thought he had the wing jig and he was going to offer me the lost foam jig for it, which he did. But then I got home and the next day I got an email from Keith saying, "I'm sorry, I can't find it. I think I loaned it to somebody." So I said, "Well, if you don't have the jig, I'll get one from Bob Hunt, but I'll go for the Bearcat 3 instead of the Bearcat 1, because supposedly, according to Ravy, the Bearcat 3 flew even better. It had
Hmm.
larger flaps on the wing was the main difference. Dimensionally, it was all the same otherwise. So I got the Bearcat. I had the Bearcat 3 plans I got from Pampa a few years before that. So I took those and I started a CAD version and got the wing all laid out. And I sent the airfoils to Bob Hunt. Keith actually gave me an envelope full of airfoils that he got from Al Rabe. Rabe had given it to him when Keith was building his Bearcat. So anyway, Bob made me a jig, and then I had all the wing ribs in CAD, and I had Walter Umlin cut those up for me. And that's how I got started on Bearcats.
You
But
know,
John Callentine doesn't seem to like his very much. His is electric, so I don't know if you build a glow one, it would be any better or not, or if you had different electric setup than John has. But he says it's a real beast to fly.
Hmm. But
You
didn't?
got 5 more pictures. They may be duplicates.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Steve, I heard something about, because I was really interested in the what was the other one you're talking about there?
Oh, the Sea Fury.
The Sea Fury. I think that's a beautiful airplane, and I inquired a lot about that. I got to crawl all over original at Oshkosh one year, took a lot of pictures there on that. It's a beautiful airplane. But
Yeah.
I had gotten word from some people that were close to Al Raby that he never finished it at that time. He hadn't finished it. And there was something about it he didn't like. Somebody told me. That's all I
Well,
know about it.
but he won the Nat. He won the Nat with one.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What was it? What was the one he didn't finish then?
I don't know.
Started a Sea Hornet, a twin engine. That one he never finished.
That's the one. I'm sorry. I got the
Okay.
stories mixed up. I'm sorry. But I myself, I truly love that plane. You know,
But the
Yeah.
Seafarers, it's a bigger airplane than the Bearcat. And like I
Oh.
said, John just tells me that he just doesn't enjoy flying it that much because it's a lot of work and it's a big beast. And
Yeah, I still have that magazine that he did the article "Go for Broke."
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know
I
where
don't know.
I
When
don't know
I
where
was
John got the plans for his. I never asked him,
Hmm.
but he somehow managed to get enough information. He got a set of plans together
Yeah.
and built his.
So Mark, is it storming out at your place? I'm looking at the door and it looks like it's lighting up outside.
Yeah.
Gary said the same
The
thing.
same thing, yeah.
TV.
It's my wife watching the TV in the other room.
Oh, okay.
When it changes from a bright picture to a dark picture, you see a flash there.
Yeah, it looked like lightning.
Yeah.
We actually got almost an inch of rain here in the last 2 days, which is
Oh
we
my.
badly needed that. We haven't had any rain hardly all winter. Not much snow either.
Oh,
Down here in the low country, anyhow.
yeah.
The
You can
mountains have gotten pretty.
have our wind if you'd like.
Yeah, you can definitely have our wind and our rain. It's gonna rain
Yeah.
all week here.
We've had a
Good
lot of
stuff.
wind, but not much moisture. They've gotten good snow up in the mountains, which is what we need for the
Yeah.
water supply, but the ground is really dry.
That's not
So-
good.
Kind of story we got over here, too.
Stuart's in his shop. What's he working on?
I took the rudder off. I was told to straighten it out, so I straightened it out.
Make him big so we can see what it is.
It's just nothing much.
It looked like a yellow something or other.
Yeah, I built this a year or so ago.
Okay, it's not me. Stuart, not me.
Cut it off.
There we go.
Yeah, it is a twister.
Straightened
Oh,
it
is that
up.
a spancherized twister?
Yeah. Does that look straight now?
No,
You beat me to it.
It's actually not. I'm off. I got about a degree offset in it.
Now, what motor?
That's the geez, now what have I got on there? That's forget. It's a 40.
LA 40 or FP?
Tower Hobbies 40.
Oh, a Tower 40. Okay.
Actually, it's running good. So it's all right. I think I need a little tuning job yet on it.
I have a question. I heard somebody mention Walter Umland. He did a version of the Stiletto 660
Yes.
with modifications approved by Les. I know the company is no longer in operation. Do you know if that kit came with any plans?
Yeah, I believe it did.
Which kit?
The
The-
660.
The Umland version of the 660.
Stiletto 660 from Walter Umland.
Yeah, not the model airplane news plan, his version, because I think his version, there's an option for a take apart assembly as well, and some modifications. I'm not too certain if anybody had experience with it.
Well, he made CAD plans for all of his airplanes, and that's what he used to do all the laser cutting.
Right.
Oh.
And
But did he make them available? for
Well,
sale?
They're available if you want to give him a call, and he'll give you a price
Oh,
for 'em.
I thought that the business was no longer functional.
Well, it's not really functioning, but the things like, I don't know if his printer's still working. That might be the problem.
Last time I talked to him, his printer wasn't working.
well,
Well, that
he's
takes
had all
care of
kinds of
that.
medical issues, and he's been
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah,
find
I heard
somebody to
he's
buy
not
the
doing
business,
well.
but I don't think anybody wants to buy a control line stunt kit business right now.
Okay, I'm gonna
No.
plan link right here. It's not that hard.
Oh,
Let's see here.
show us, Bob.
Chat. There we go. Paste. There you go. Download it.
Oh, that's the original.
That's the 660 plan. That's the one you
Right,
want.
that's the original. He did one where there were some modifications. So I wanted to make some comparisons as well.
Oh.
I think the stub is different, different size. There was a take apart feature, a change in the deck, how the deck was built. That was in
Yeah.
discussion with Les McDonald.
One of the guys said here he had his own CAD work done on the plans that he made for his kits, and so those changes would be on his plans, probably not on the other plan. Those are the AutoZone plans that.
This is the original. Just wanted to
Yeah.
see, yeah, the Omland kit.
Wasn't there an I-beam one of these too?
Yeah, there was a I-beam version, but I don't think there's a plan for it.
No, you don't need one.
Yeah.
You can build an I-beamer usually a little bit lighter than a standard wing.
Guys, have you seen my kids doing some landing? Let me share it with you.
Yeah. Nice to see.
Yeah. You've seen my desktop, right?
Yeah.
It's beautiful country.
No. Yes, it's Rose. Yes, it's Rose. That's what I got. Go. What's
Listen
the
to
friend? Good boy. Good boy. Where? Oh my God.
Oh, listen to them. They're tickled to death with it.
All right. Yeah. Look at those kids.
Hey, good boy. That's a big
Is that a happy kid or what? My goodness.
So those are the kids that I teach every weekend. So I have a few that fly totally by themselves. One just started loops and wingovers.
Nice.
I want to have a small competition for them at the end of the year, probably 4 or 5 maneuvers, like something pretty basic. So they could build their models and just compete.
Yeah.
How many kids
Trying to
you
do the
got?
same.
What's that?
How many kids?
Oh, that group I have about 20 kids.
20.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I
so
know. Yeah. I know Ed's doing something with kids too.
Well, and I'm trying to get a group like that. If I can, are you done, Shasha?
yeah.
Okay. Just FYI. Oh, geez. Are you familiar with Science Olympiad? Did I lose you?
No.
Oh, we're still here.
We're here.
Well, I did something to my screen.
Oh, you're good.
What the heck? Okay. Well, anyway, so there's Science Olympiad, which normally has a RC competition where high school kids have to build and fly.
Yes.
And so I was talking with the state representative in regards to that, and they're not having it this year because of no sponsorship in regards to just a small prize. But I was talking to them about control line and that. What about middle school? Because they also have Science Olympiad for middle school and another one called Technical Students Association, where I have all this competition. So talking with them and trying to get the interest, because if you get the school interest, the main body that's trying to develop aerospace programs here, there's a good chance I can get the control line introduced also. So we had meetings about a week and a half ago, and got more to follow up and stuff. So there's possibilities out there, and just locally trying to get kids interested. It's tough. So Cha-Cha, for you to have 20 of them, man, good on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do summer camps where they sign up, and we just kind of like do chuck gliders and rockets and stuff. But the next step is, well, yeah, let's try to get some kids. So
How do you get out from liability around having kids using knives and saws and stuff?
no idea. No idea.
What state is that, Ed? What state are you in?
West Virginia.
West Virginia. Okay.
Yeah. On recent stuff I've done, I did the super gluing and I did the cutting. They could if it was something that they could use a pair of round nose scissors, I let them do it. And the parents, of course, when they sign up, there's a little thing on the Civic Center's sign up sheet that has that wording and that.
Yeah, because that'd be the only thing I'd be afraid of teaching kids. You know, first you got the liability of child abuse. You know,
Yep.
I hate kids around here because you don't know what's going to happen. And then the knives, and if somebody gets hurt, you know, I'm not going to get sued for that.
Well, and it's never me alone. My wife, my sister-in-law, or somebody else. Yeah. And that, so.
Yeah, two adults.
Yep.
I've had them when I first moved here. I used to run engines in my backyard in the garage, and the kids would stop, and I know, you got to go, man. You got to go get your dad or somebody. You got to get out.
Yeah, anything I've done has been making sure the parents are on board and
That's
stuff.
bad, because when we grew up, it wasn't like that.
No,
heck no.
no.
Because I had a guy live down the street from us that raced motorcycles. I used to hang out with him. He was 50 years old, and I was 12. You know, there was no idea. None of that.
Getting back to the state of West Virginia, the people in charge of the CTE courses, they're trying to develop they are developing, and I've read what they're putting out, middle school and high school, to where they have a complete syllabus they cover pilots, mechanics, airport operations, you name it. They are showing basic information in middle school, and then when you get to high school, you have a choice of saying, well, I want to go to the pilot side, or I want to go to the maintenance side. And they're trying to also make it to where in high school, it counts as your credits to getting licensed. So we have high school kids right now, boys and girls, that are learning to fly while they're juniors and seniors and going to A&P school. And when they graduate, they already have part of their license as far as maintenance goes. And most of the pilot-wise will have their private pilot's license. And so it's statewide has really come on board with it. So, you just got to get the right people interested, and then who knows where it can go from there.
On Thursday, I'll be a judge at the Colorado State Science Fair.
There you go.
And I got the list of projects, and one kid has built a wind tunnel. He says he's got a device that will measure the drag and the lift on an airfoil he puts in there. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I'll have to take
Yeah.
some pictures and show you guys what he's got.
Yeah, they were asking me about a judge for the Olympiad, and I says, yeah, put me on the list for, next year and stuff. The Science Olympiad this year had rubber powered long flight helicopters, rubber powered indoors. And you talk about some crazy looking machines, but boy, how impressive.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with what some of these kids do with their science projects at the high school level.
Yep.
What I do with mine, we do a mix of stuff, right? So we don't only do control line. I push them to do 2 fundraisers. So they bought a RC apprentice. So they do RC as well. I got them to purchase some foam board. So they did a RC trainer. They built it by themselves. They're 80% completed with that.
Yep.
And Alan Brickhouse, he had a airplane called the Ambush 15. It's a trainer. It's flat wing.
That's a bad design.
Yeah. Yeah. So he built that too. I showed them how to use the plans to build that. And they invested in Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. So they are doing a lot of like circuit flying as well. So they dabble in different aspects of aviation.
Yeah,
So-
Cha-Cha. Here's a Foam One version that actually Bob Hunt did an article on.
Wow.
And that's just foam and a little bit of wood and a $9 electric motor and stuff. So I think for about 100 US, that's what this was built for, ready to go.
Need to find that. Where is that article?
Go to AMA for Park Flyer.
Park Flyer.
Actually go to Google and type in Park Flyer, and then look at they have in their plans, and this is one of the plans that they show, and I just
Right.
scaled it to what I wanted, and wanted something for the kids to fly that I didn't have to worry about and stuff. The whole goal was to give all the material to the students and have them design and make one. It's either you all make the same type or use your imagination and figure out what you'd like to make it look like.
Nice.
And just give them a wingspan and stuff like that. So,
Nice. All right, guys, I need to leave. Have a good
Cha-Cha,
We'll
it's always
speak-
good to see you.
Yeah, glad to see you back.
You coming to
Love
the
seeing
US
us.
Nats this year, Chacha?
hey, Cha-Cha, you going Lyman?
I'm going Lyman, actually. Yes. You must let me know when you're coming back home. When you're coming back home to Trinidad, you must let me know.
You go Lyman, man. You guys
All
don't
right.
know what
Oh,
that is,
man.
do you?
No.
Lyman.
He's going out to get liquored up and see some girls.
Yeah,
Whoa!
like chilling, right? So I'd say, okay, the lime is by Steve, or the lime is by Sparky. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna chill.
Ah,
That's what you tell.
Okay.
That's what you tell each other, man. I'm going to Lyman to my wife.
ah.
Yeah, so I'm going to Lime, right?
Well,
Lyman.
have fun. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
I will.
Yeah.
All right, have a good
Yeah,
night.
take care,
Good
Cha-Cha.
night.
Right, yeah.
Mark Gerber,
Yo,
I'd be willing to bet $10 that when you judge that wind tunnel, it'll be 3D printed. And the
well,
kid,
we'll find out.
That's what we have in our high school: laser cutting, 3D printing.
I don't
bet
have
he-
enough information on it yet. I just have a little abstract about what his project was. But Thursday I'll get to see it live and in person and talk to him, and I can take some pictures.
ask him if he can make it big enough for a model airplane.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he's a budding aerospace engineer. We'll find out.
You know, it's amazing. You follow some of these kids. we had a club in Wisconsin, and this little redheaded girl showed up with her mom and dad. They came with her all the time. She showed up at the flying field first, and she got really excited about it. And we talked to her about a 2-meter sailplane because she just loved that sailplane floating around, and she got really into it. Last time I remember her, she was doing an altitude as high as she could go. She's laying on her back, looking up, and she flew that thing, no motor on it, just sailplane. She flew that thing for probably an hour and a half, and she had it so high, I don't know what the altitude was, but she couldn't do it today because of all the restrictions. But anyway, so now fast forward a couple of years, well, more than a couple of years, probably about 10, 15 years, and she's the keynote speaker at Oshkosh, the Oshkosh event some years back and she's really into the aviation. She is the keynote speaker. She was just a little kid playing with a model airplane. Yeah.
Now, that's what I try to make sure people understand, and the parents
Yep.
and stuff.
Yeah. That playing with that sailplane. It was an RC sail, but playing with that sailplane set her on a career path through college and whatever, through her life, into where she's a nationally known figure. I can't remember her name, but
Wow.
But if you ever run into a cute little she'd be what, about probably 35, 30, maybe close to 40 now. Which I mean, she's still pretty darn cute, redhead at Oshkosh. Running around in the booth area and that's probably her.
Wow. Have you guys heard about Burt Rutan in his control line days?
Oh yeah, tell us about it.
Carrier guy, winning
Yeah.
carrier, because he designed to where he could like hover the aircraft and come in, and had to change the rules because of him.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's why
once
they
again,
got that triangle out there now.
Yep, it's amazing.
All right, guys, I'm going to end this on YouTube, and I really appreciate the YouTube people watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Channel's growing. We got 21 likes and 30 viewers. So you got 9 guys that are sleeping out there. Give me a thumbs up. What that does is spreads the video around. So I'll see you tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. See you.
Cheers.
Thanks, Sparky.
Nice, Mark.
All right. YouTube is over. We're going to leave this to Gary.